Okay, you're good to go.
Okay. I'd like to call the meeting to order for City of Flagstaff Indigenous Commission. Today is September 4th, 2024 at 12:01 p.m. Rose, could you do the roll call?
All right. Commissioner Cuddy-Eye? Commissioner Cuddy-Eye? Commissioner Curley? Commissioner Curley? I know she's here.
I'm here.
Okay. And then Co-Chair Toya is going to be absent. And then Chair Lance is here.
Here.
Commissioner Hosky? Commissioner Hosky?
I'm here. I'm here.
Commissioner Kai Batoni?
I'm here.
Commissioner Marks? Commissioner Marks? And then Commissioner Marshall?
Here.
Thank you. And Commissioner Zavala?
Here.
All right, there you go.
Okay, thank you. Next is the land acknowledgement. I'd like to see if maybe Commissioner Hosky could do that for us.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
The Flagstaff City Council humbly acknowledges the ancestral homelands of this area's Indigenous nations and original stewards. These lands, still inhabited by Native descendants, border mountains sacred to Indigenous peoples. We honor them, their legacies, their traditions, and their continued contributions. We celebrate their past, present, and future generations who will forever know this place as home.
Great, thank you. Next is public comment. Do we have anybody from the public that has comment? I'll take that as a no. So we'll move on to the next item, which would be.
Work.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Identification. Oh, there's some underneath it. I was like, why the heck?
Commissioner Marks, can you mute yourself?
I call out. Look. Yeah. But I'm gonna let my certificate.
You're the king.
Okay. We'll move on to the approval of minutes. The approval of minutes is for the July 10th, 2024. Has everybody had a chance to take a look at that? We would need a first and a second to approve. We would need a first and a second.
Motion to approve first.
And who is that, please?
Commissioner
the-
Zavala.
Okay. And then we would need a second and also know who that is.
I second that. This is Commissioner Hosky.
Great. Thank you.
And you just need a vote.
Oh, everybody say aye.
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 Thank you.
And any opposed?
Yes. Any opposed?
Good job.
Thank you. All right. The fifth item will be general business. Sorry, I got to put on my glasses. We got a North Country Healthcare presentation by Elise Overman, Health Benefits Advocate. Miss Elise Overman is a member of the Outreach and Enrollment Team at North Country Healthcare. She will offer a presentation on personalized assistance to individuals applying for affordable health insurance and/or SNAP benefits. She would like the commission to be informed about the services and is happy to take referrals. Okay, Elise.
Hi, hello. Thank you, Rose and Darren, for having me on today. It's an honor. I will share my screen for this brief presentation. Can everybody see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, super. So yeah, my name is Elise. I'm health benefits advocate at North Country Healthcare, and we are located just here in Flagstaff at on 4th Street. So North Country Healthcare, we're a state and federally funded community health center, and we have 14 clinic locations across northern Arizona. Our mission is to provide affordable, accessible, quality primary care in an atmosphere of dignity and respect, where the health and well-being of patients and community are promoted through direct services, education, outreach, and advocacy. At North Country, we do offer a sliding fee scale. So if an individual is unable, if they don't have health insurance, we give them the option for a nominal fee, and that is income-based as well. So they would be able to be seen with a small fee for out-of-pocket. And you'll hear me go over a few terms. We have access, which is our state Medicaid, and our CHIP, which is our Children's Health Insurance Program, Kids Care. And TAMF is our cash assistance program. And SNAP, formerly known as food stamps, and then also our federally, the federal marketplace. So I'm part of the outreach and enrollment team. What do? We offer health insurance enrollments, both in person, over the phone, or Zoom. I'll give you my contact information at the end of this presentation, and you're able to give me a call to schedule an appointment, either in person, over the phone, or Zoom. We have 12 assisters across 14 clinic locations, and we offer direct enrollments into Access, CHIP, SNAP, the Cash Assistance, TAMP, and Marketplace. And here you can see a list of the different services that Access covers. Basically everything from primary care doctor's visits to labs and x-rays, hospital services, transportation to see a doctor, pregnancy care, behavioral health, vision, dental, and hearing as well. Can college students apply for Access? Yes, absolutely. If the student has an Arizona address and no one is claiming them on their taxes, and also students are able to use their dorm address, and that will definitely suffice. If a student receives a campus meal plan, they're unfortunately not eligible for SNAP. And here we have some Access income limits. You can see the family size listed there on the left with the monthly income stated there as well. Oops. And we also have our college SNAP eligibility with the household size here on the left. The gross monthly income for college students for just a single individual is $1,580 per month. And the documentation needed for the Department of Economic Security to verify SNAP eligibility as a college student, you can either submit your FAFSA student aid report or your official award letter from your college, university showing your eligibility for work study. Where can one use SNAP? There are a variety of different places. They offer qualified grocery stores and restaurants. Also, a convenient option is Amazon and certain farmers markets as well, which I think is pretty cool, and gas stations. So another thing that the outreach and enrollment team does here is we offer Narcan naloxone kits, and those are limited to 2 per person, and that can be completely anonymous, no questions asked or personal information needed if someone would like to obtain a Narcan kit. And that concludes my presentation. I'm open for any questions if anyone has any questions.
Hi, Elise. This is Commissioner Lance. I got a question for you.
Yes, hello.
So I noticed on the, I forgot where it was in your presentation, you had listed like access and the marketplace and different categories there. With the marketplace, I know that at one time that Native Americans had like free enrollment 365 days a year and were eligible for those services basically. Is that still the case? Do you know?
I believe so. However, I don't want to give false information. I know that an individual is able to have both like marketplace and then also health services through the Indian Health Center. But as far as I can look into it more extensively for you. Do you mind putting your contact information in the chat and I can look into that and get back to you?
Sure. Yeah, I just it's something that I know of and had utilized at one time, and you know, it's something that I passed along to other Native Americans when I'd see them and they were looking for some kind of health insurance. So, you know, I knew at the time, and this was some years back, that was the case, because I know with the marketplace there's only open enrollment for so many, for like a time frame, and it was told to me that Native Americans had open enrollment like 365 days a year and could access that. So I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah, that's a great question and something that I need to learn as well. So I will look into that. Thank you.
Yeah, at least I would love to know if that's still in play, because from what I know, that should still be active. I don't think they've changed that. As long as they have like a CIB or a tribal enrollment card or something like that, they can enroll on the marketplace at any time throughout the year. Being Native American technically gives you an SEP all year long.
Wonderful. Thanks, Mariah, for clarifying that.
I was wondering if you work with employers along with the other health benefits.
With employers, as far as
like any employer in general, like an employer who has who offers their own kind of healthcare, and if you're looking for a supplement or a different type or something along those lines, could they also work with you on that?
Okay, so I work with individuals. If an employment agency or if an employer had certain employees that they would like to refer to me, I'm definitely happy to assist. But as far as contributing to like in an employer's health care coverage policies and plans, that's something that's out of my scope of practice. Did that answer the question okay?
Yeah, I'm just curious. I'm still learning about a lot of the health benefits and such, and the whole marketplace and all of that. So just curious.
Yeah, I agree. I'm learning something new every day. Any other questions?
Okay, it looks like there's no other questions. Thank you for that presentation, Elise.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate that. Next
before Co-Chair Lance, before
Yes.
you go, I think it's just really important for our commission to pass these types of resources to people they know, so that, you know, if somebody is without health coverage or needs assistance in the areas that Elise mentioned, then it would be something that would be really helpful to pass along to others that may not have the information that there's things out there for them that they can utilize. Thank you.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, to have somebody who you could talk direct to be able to try to get those services makes a big deal instead of trying to call around and trying to find different departments that'll help out. So yeah, I agree. Thank you, Rose.
Thank you, Rose, and thank you, Darren. And yes, one more thing I would like to clarify. I don't know if I did, but it is a free service that we offer as well. So no strings attached. We just want to assist our community members.
Got it. And Elise, so with working with, is there more than one person who is working in your department to help people, or is it just you?
Yeah, so we have an extensive outreach and enrollment team, and currently at our 4th Street location, we have, there are 4 of us total. There's myself, and I'm a health benefits navigator, excuse me. And then we have 2 family health advocates, which are based downstairs, and they basically assist with walk-ins. And then we have another health benefits advocate named Amy Kennedy, and she focuses, her demographic is more on families and children. So yes, there are 4 of us to assist.
Great. Sounds like a very good place to get connected in for
Yeah,
trying to get seen and getting healthcare benefits.
absolutely. Thanks, Darren.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
We'll move on to item number 6, which is discussion items. This is the Indigenous Peoples Day IPD planning update and input discussion. IPD is on October 14th, 2024.
All right, thank you. Are you able to see our notes pretty good?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, good. So we've met for the first time on August 29th, and our commission has several members on there. And right, for this time, we had these, our Commissioner Kayai and Kabitoni that attended. And anytime if I miss something, please jump in, any commissioners who are on our committee. We do have a really good group. Also, we have 2 other community members that are part of our group as well. One from NALCA and one from the county. Okay. So the group decided that we should have the Indigenous Peoples Day on the day of, which is October 14th. While city offices are going to be closed, there are some that are still going to remain open, but for the most part, city offices will be closed based on the fact that this is the first year that the city is observing Indigenous Peoples Day as a holiday. Just as most banks and federal offices will be closed, and mostly that is due because of the observance of Columbus Day. However, some of the banks, they put up signs saying that they're closed due to Indigenous Peoples Day, so which is pretty cool. And the county and other businesses will also remain open. If for some reason, right now, most of our committee members are set on October 14th, which is fine with me. And so that we're hopeful that that's going to work pretty well. Right now, we're going to have it at the Elks Lodge. At least that's our first choice, only because they have the room capacity to accommodate like around 100 or more people. And also they can also accommodate people who want a table. Last year, we had some people from different agencies that tabled, and so that was pretty nice for them to come and be with us. And then let's see here, what else? So some of the ideas for the celebration is to learn more about what the land back movement is about. And right now, these are just ideas that were thrown out. We're also trying to find out who can provide those presentations to the at the event. And so those are some things that are still being worked on. Also, one of our commissioners talked about lands in Hawaii and some of the struggles that are found there, and also some of the designs that have come out of there that are kind of pretty much in a lot of the indigenous people's realm of identifying some of those struggles. So those are some things that are associated with that. There's also a native land movement, which is you are on native land movement, and just finding out more about that. So these are all educational type presentations we're looking for, so that we can learn more about it as Indigenous peoples ourselves, or for community members who are, standing right beside some of the things that we are wanting to know more about or that we are involved in. And the other things are uranium mining. What does that look like in our area? Oak Flats and their mission to the Supreme Court. And then also, there's also an idea about Snowball and the MOU and why there are no signatures on that MOU from Indigenous nations. And then also more information on climate change and what does that mean for our area, but also for Indigenous communities. So those are some things that have been put out there for us to explore. And if you know of any presenters in those areas, please let me know so I can reach out to them. We also need a theme. Are you looking, Commissioner Zavala, is this regarding the ideas for celebration?
Yes, the ideas
Okay.
for the presentations. So I did that leadership scholar thing with Grand Canyon Trust, and Amber Benali. She's like a leader in environmentalist and climate change and all of these things. And it's not exactly so much about land back and land uh, movement, but more about how the indigenous tribes are living on the reservation after like the uranium mining and everything. It's called Just Transition, and it's something they're really trying to push in indigenous communities that they're struggling to. That I think might be really good, and she might be open to presenting if that's something you guys are interested in. And I think she knows Carletta Chief as well, and has done stuff with like Black Mesa and a lot of the different parts of the Navajo reservation.
Okay, thank you. Amber Benali is her name, right?
Yeah, I can do an email introduction if you want to just
Okay.
kind of chat with
All
her
right.
on what you're doing, and maybe she'll have an idea how it could or couldn't work.
Okay, that'll be great. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Any other discussion on that, on the ideas for celebration? Okay, so we're on to the theme. We thought of Indigenous because we're talking about land, we're talking about healing the lands and some of those things having to do with climate. We thought maybe this would be all rolled into something about Indigenous homelands or speaking for homeland for our homelands. So do you have any other ideas that are kind of around those that kind of have a nice flair, attention getter type theme? If you do think about it, you don't have to answer right now, but maybe you can just email me your ideas on that. And then on to speakers. Mainly, a lot of the things that we're needing is their availability on that day, and then also what kind of fees they might charge. A lot of the speakers that we normally have, they're willing to volunteer, and sometimes it's because it's part of the work that they do, so they don't charge for it. But if there's a fee involved, we need to know about that. So some of these things, we just need their contact information, or I do anyway, so that I can, if they do require a fee, then I need to go and, take all the documents that's needed by our finance office and make sure that everything's on track to get paid on that day. So those are some things that kind of take some time to do. So these are some of the things that our commissioners will be following up on. And so as soon as they do, they'll let me know. We also had another meeting this morning, so I'll show you those notes. But those are some things that we have on the schedule. Also, Commissioner Marshall has a contact for a dance group to do a cultural share from her village in Supai. So she'll let me know how to contact them, or, and what needs to happen with that group. Okay, Commissioner? So that'll be good. All right, thanks for sending information. Appreciate it. Also, we're also looking into, are there any questions on the speakers and the cultural shares? Any questions or any additions to some of the things that we have on here?
Rose, this is the same type of, this is the same thing we attended last year over at the Elks Lodge, right? Pretty much the same type of setup where there's vendors around there.
Yes.
And there was food and everything like that. That was pretty good. I know the people that came with me from my company they really enjoyed that, especially the dance.
Awesome. Thank you.
Pretty fun to watch.
Thank you. Yes, so that'll be at the same place. If there's any changes, we'll let you all know. Anything on this section? Okay, moving on to food preparation. I've reached out to some people, and also the planning group is also going to give me some more information on that. And then as we go along, I'm sure there'll be other members joining us to assist in planning. So excuse my scrolling. So today's meeting was it was short, but we had a lot of good talking points. Oh, today's meeting was Ashley had some thoughts around food preparation. She was going to make some contacts at CCC because somebody there was trying to locate a local cook to utilize, and so she wanted to find out to make sure that there's somebody was found, and how to contact that person or that group of people. She also has a sister who bakes, and she thought maybe her sister would be able to make some desserts, assorted amount of cookies, different types anyway, for dessert. So she's going to check into that. So as far as food preparation is concerned, we're thinking enough food to feed about 100 people. And some of the thoughts we had was just a simple menu, stews with and without meat, bread, maybe yeast rolls or tortillas. And there would be maybe some fruits, whether it be apples, oranges, watermelon, those kinds of things would be like a side. And Diana, Commissioner Cuddy, will bring like a bowl of watermelon to utilize that day. And then, of course, the dessert, Ashley's going to check into that. Drinks would be water, juices, and tea. So if we do not find a cook, we talked about having the planning group do maybe one crock pot of food to bring so that we can feed people with that. I think a crock pot maybe feeds maybe 10 to 12 people. So if we get enough of crowd pucks going, we can feed that many people. We still need contact numbers and any information regarding their availability, fees, those kinds of things. Ashley talked about she liked the idea of land back. What does that mean? What does that really encompass? So I think she said that was really good for her to know more about. Commissioner Cuddy checked into snowball and climate change, and she thought that maybe Carletta would be a good resource, but she was talking about Carmelita at NAU, and so that was a kind of we had to straighten that up a little bit. But she would not be a resource for these two topics. And I still sent out information waiting to hear back, and then also Carletta Chief she's with the U of A at the Department of Environmental Science, and she is a professor, and she's also a hydrologist. So her interest includes fire, watershed, environmental processes in soils, and then also climate change. So she's a full-time professor, so I don't know if she would be able to come up on that day. So I'll check with her anyway to see what her schedule looks like. Maybe she can teach remote. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. So this is so far what we have, and we have about 3 more meetings, and then from there we need to cut it off, set everything, put it in a flyer, and then we'd have like maybe 2.5 weeks to advertise. That's what we're looking at. So, Councilmember Lori, did you want to say something?
No, I'm sorry, my microphone was on. But I did want to say something. I can't, for some reason, it's not letting me turn it off without turning off listening to you. But I did want to say something about the crock pot. I see on here that it's of some type of stew. So are you going to send out like a sign-up sheet? Because I'm happy to make a batch. One of the 10 crock pots that we probably need for this. So
Okay,
just keep
that'll
me
be
moving.
great. Yes, so I'm going to buy all the ingredients, and if you know of just a regular soup without meat, that would be fine, And what I was thinking of doing was getting all the ingredients and then divvy them up to all the different people who are gonna bring a crock pot. So that was my plan. If we don't have a cook.
All right. Well, I'm happy to cook. I make some good stews and soups. So
Awesome. Thank you, council member. Appreciate it. All right. Any other thoughts around our planning?
Hey Rose, this is Commissioner Darren. Last year, wasn't there people like cooking out back or something like that? Wasn't there a grill going or something?
No.
No, there wasn't anything like that. Everything was cooked and brought in.
Mhm.
Basically. Okay, got it.
Yeah, they do have a kitchen there, but I don't think we are able to use it.
Got it.
And they were doing their own cooking for the people that were inside, the bar area.
Mhm. Okay.
Anybody else? You're always welcome to email me or call me or text me about any of the things on here. If you know somebody who knows how to make really good yeast rolls, that would be good. Commissioner Toyo made a lot of stuff last year. However, she has a new job and it really takes her a lot out of town. And she's sometimes stationed here in Flagstaff, and sometimes she's stationed out on Hopi. So, so she's not always available, and sometimes she has different shifts. So we're hopeful to have her participate and help out with some of the things that we have, but we don't know what her schedule is most of the time, or I don't anyway. And her schedule kind of shifts somewhat too. So that's where she's at right now, and which is the reason why she's not able to join us today again. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. Go back. All right. Kimberly, can you send me the information on your neighbor whenever you have time? Maybe I can talk to her.
Yeah, absolutely. And also I was thinking that I could also do like a vegetarian bean as well. Because I have
Okay.
a crock pot, so
Sounds good.
okay.
Awesome. Cool. All right. So that's what we have right now. And then I'll turn it back over to you, Co-Chair Lance.
Okay. Looks like discussion item 6, item B, Indigenous Commission, October 2nd, 2024 meeting reschedule. So I know Rose has been reaching out to us about that. Looks like Rose will be out of town that day and would like the Indigenous Commission to consider reschedule the meeting. So were you looking at maybe the following Wednesday, Rose, or yeah?
Yeah, I was thinking on the 9th because that would be our meeting before the 14th. So that would be a nice, like, kind of a wrap up or whatever we need to do for that meeting. We'll have the day on the 9th to do that. If that's okay with you. I'm going to be in San Antonio the week before for a conference. So that's why I won't be here. But anyway, I'm just asking if that's okay with you to reschedule to the 9th. If not, you guys can still have the meeting. We'll just have someone oversee it with me or for me.
Yeah, I'm okay with the 9th. I guess I'll just reply that formally to your email.
Okay. Well, no, I just need to know, like, with everybody here, if that's okay, and then you'll vote on it or say it's okay.
It's fine with me.
I'm okay with that also.
I'm good with that.
I'm good with that.
Okay, can we get a final vote? Everybody say aye.
I
Aye.
All right.
Well, it looks like there's consensus, so yeah, I appreciate that.
Okay.
There's
So
no opposition, so. Okay, all right, so we'll do that. It looks like it's a go for October 9th will be our next Indigenous Commission meeting. Okay, back to you, Co-Chair.
okay. Looks like we're about to wrap this up. Another item is informational items, 2 from commission members, staff, and future agenda item requests. I don't have any information on that. Do you have anything on that item, Rose?
No. Commissioners, do you have any announcements or anything to share that's happening in your world that you want us to know about? Or do you also have any future agenda item requests?
This is Commissioner Marshall. I am just wondering, I don't know if y'all heard that my reservation got flooded pretty bad, and we're looking for sandbags. Uh, where would we do any of you know where we would get sandbags?
Maybe
There's
Coconino County.
This is
Yeah.
Councilmember Matthews. I believe, isn't there still a supply over by the pond right behind the old Public Works in Thorpe Park area?
I don't know, but what we can do is you're within the county, right? Commissioner Marshall, your
Yes, we are.
village is within. So Coconino County will probably know where they can point you to.
Okay.
Which areas are still available for bags. Now getting them down there, are you're you know how to get them down there? Are you guys flying them down, or are you
Most likely it'll be flown in by helicopter.
okay? All right, I can
Thank
send
you.
you. Yeah, I can send you the name and number of somebody that might know where to point you to. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. Sorry to hear about that, Commissioner Marshall. I know tragedy strikes when we least expect it, for sure. So my heart goes out to you and your tribal members down there in Supai. I guess we're at the last item, which is adjournment of this meeting. Just wanted to thank you all for attending. I think that's it. Do we got to vote on that, Rose? I'm sorry. No.
No, you don't need to vote. You just need to adjourn the meeting and say the time.
Okay. I'd like to adjourn this meeting at on September 4th, 2024 at 12:44 p.m. Thank you all again for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you
everybody.
again.
Thank you.
Hi, Jenna. I need to stop recording. Hold on a second. Stop recording.